Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Eckrisher. Ashton Doolin now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10. We send a man in motion. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Second down carry for Taylor. And he's got a chunk here, about 14 yards before the stop is made. First down coming up.
I don't think we're ever going to get away from the stat line of turnovers and winning that turnover margin being the biggest singular key in the NFL, Kate. But I'll tell you what, when you run for 100 yards plus, you win 70% of the time. They did a week ago with this guy, and he's off to an excellent start.
And he's going to get about 3, but almost nothing after that. Tackle made quickly after he made the catch.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On the counter, it's Taylor. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Well, you tell me, Brock, sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
Man in motion here. Third and long. They're going to throw. Gets everything he has under this one. He's got it inside the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Indy.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Yeah, that right there is a statement touchdown to begin this game, Brock. Carving a path right into that end zone.
Yeah, coming off a week where you just had to scrap and claw to get the victory, maybe a little extra margin would help this time, huh?
Yeah, well, a good start here, right, as they try to, what everybody does these days, stacking wins, Brock. They're trying to stack things to get that win. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Dante Kent with a return. He's stopped on the run back to the 27.
Dante Kent on the return. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Off the play fake, it's Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. His first throw is an interception. Sauce Gardner with the INT. First and 10 now from the 46. From the gun, Taylor. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play. And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Richardson now. He's going to be caught by Tyler Warren. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone. Brock inside the 15. Big play there from the Colts. 30 yards. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And they're going to stop him just before he can make it a first and goal situation, Brock. They got him at about the 5. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. He's in trouble, but he's not going to get away. Brought down at the 12. Nick Herbig. 5 sacks in that win last week. Now they've got one here.
Get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Come on. Hit. 18 Cardinals. Check man. 60 Bobcat. 60. Panther 11. Mustang 19.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This one's caught. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection. Set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Here's Richardson. Passing quick here, but the pass rush fast enough to match it. On and inside to alter that throw. And it falls incomplete. That brings up 2nd down. Blitz is there, and he goes down. That is Derek Harmon. And that pushes them back to the 5 now for this 3rd and goal. To throw, Richardson. And oh, he got it! Interception! Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
You know that was exactly what the defense talked about on the sidelines, getting ready for that drive. Let's send a message from the jump, and let's hit them hard.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Staying on the ground with Benson. They stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got 3rd and very short coming up.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much more exciting.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go.
Benson once more. He's hauled down after just a couple of yards, but enough. Importantly enough, they get that 1st down.
When you're early battle, get a little leverage. No man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
41-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. He's going to be forced out after he picks up about 19 yards. And that is good for a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Now it's Fields. Left side, caught by Metcalf. They get to him after a small pickup to the 35. Jarvarius Ward brings him down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Finds Benson out of the backfield. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners. There'll be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 35-yard line.
3 seconds, 1 play remaining in this first quarter. The tight end in motion now. And instead of a receiver, that one finds the ground. Incomplete. It's second down. First play of the drive, Brock, you always tell me that's always the start of a new battle. And defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right? You got to now put yourself in a manageable third down after lack of execution on first.
Here's Richardson on second down. Left side into the hands of Warren. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got a first to begin the frame.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throwing now, Richardson. Going all the way to the end zone here. This is going to be caught. The heave connects. Touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce, his 6th receiving touchdown of the year. Extra point converted by Schrader. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
Steelers 7.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Going to the ground first with Benson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
On the pickup. Second and 6.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. A give left side to Benson. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
He was tackled at the 27.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Fields throwing here. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Flushed out of the pocket. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And talk about converting on 4th in a big way. Give him 17 yards. This drive rolls on. Well, we all know teams are embracing this more and more, Brock. But, boy, from your own side, on a play like that, you would better convert.
If your offense doesn't cash that check, it's your defense who's got to pay the bill. But they get it done, and kudos to them.
Play action, Fields. That's incomplete left side. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And it sets up second down.
You know, we're so often in today's game looking for this, that escapability, and I love that, getting out of harm's way. Now you just got to find a way to make the connection on the other end.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. A pistol snap, Fields. Dumps it off to his running back. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch, so give him one on that short completion.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Only 1 yard on that last completion. 9 still to go on third down. Here's Fields to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And doing 6 on that play. That means it is second down and manageable.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Here's a screen to Benson. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Turning to Benson on third. This one stopped. Great gains about 6 yards. And that's going to give the Steelers the first down. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice gain.
Yeah, because there's a little boomer bust,
yeah.
Right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down. Offense in the hurry up here.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Working on second down. Fields escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Third down and 3 coming up on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Fields looking to throw. Firing quick, but he is still hit as he let that one go. Good work by the defender affecting that pass. It's going to bring around 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
Don't jump, ready? 3-19,
Fields now on 4th. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to to set this offense up with a first and goal.
17 yards.
That was some serious trust right there, Kate. I like to say that you sign the check as a quarterback once that ball leaves your hand. And he threw it short of the sticks, trusting his guy could go get the rest, and he sure did.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
319, good cut.
Working inside the red zone. The throw right side finds Pittman. And in. Touchdown Steelers. Michael Pittman Jr. His 6th receiving touchdown of the year. One after for Boswell, he's up and good. And we're back square, 14 apiece here.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10. On the ground first, it's a give to Taylor. Cuts it to the right sideline. The inside line, he's going to be forced out after a gain of about 20. And it's going to be first down to Indianapolis. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if his ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on and on.
Taken in by Downs, left side. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Going deep here for the end zone. All the way to the end zone, and this is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown,
Alec Pierce. Give him 2 now in this second quarter. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Here we go.
They fake the handoff. Now Fields. Buying some time left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, second and 10 once again from the 20.
Here we go.
Looking to throw Fields. Caught into the hands of Freiermuth. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. They get the big play just before half. 30 yards. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense is set. First and 10.
Here we go.
Now Fields. Gets it again to Freiermuth. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Fields gets it out right quick. He turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up second and short. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Fields. To the end zone, but incomplete. That play is going to force 3rd and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Here we go.
On 3rd and goal, here's Fields. Chased out to his right. And he gets in. Touchdown! Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. So before we get into attempts, there's contact up front. Will it make this field goal easier or harder? All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. The kick is good, and I believe this should stand, Brock. It looks like that flag appears to be on somebody who jumped early. Let's see. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here's Doolin. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing here just before halftime. Downfield to Warren. He's got it. And he's going to be driven out of bounds to end this second quarter, Brock. Defenders got there, but not before a pretty nice pickup. See if they can build off that in the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. A great effort, but he got popped at the end of it.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Don't jump. Ready?
Now it's Fields. Completed over the middle. Down here after a gain of about 14 yards, it looks like. That's going to give them the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Buys time, rolling right. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. He steps out of bounds as this play goes for 25 yards. Nice work there. And that is going to be good for the Steelers' first down. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
The 31-yard line.
Here we go.
Fields to throw it. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on 2nd. Field throwing here. He rolls to his right. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! Michael Pittman Jr. Number 2 in this game for him. That's 12 now on the season. Boswell is good on the extra points. And the lead is up to 8. Now Boswell on to send this away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Richardson. And he's going to go down here. They are on him back around the 28. That's Herbig in there again. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. And it's going to bring up 2nd down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field in more than a second or two.
We motion the tight end over. Throwing on 2nd down, it's Richardson. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Third and long for him here. Lofts it deep right side. He's got it inside the 25. And we've seen a lot of this today. He's in again. Touchdown, Colts.
Touchdown,
Alec Pierce, his 3rd in this game. Give him 13 on the year.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
They'll try this extra point. And he connects, but still surprised that they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie there, partner. But at least he made it, so the lead falls now to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. They'll begin this drive with Benson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Second down. Here's Fields. And he's going down. They make the play at the 11. DeForest Buckner. And now it's going to be 22 yards for them to pick up on this 3rd down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has a man downfield. It's Pittman. They found something that worked there. Nearly 30 yards on that play. Almost always that's going to be good for a 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's Fields to throw. Forced out to his right. Once more into the hands of Pittman. They get him to the ground, but boy, they gained about 25 before they did. Well, he's good for Pittsburgh 1st down. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Benson on 1st and 10. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. From the 30, Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have him 4 and the first down as he's brought to a stop.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Benson now from the gun. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too. That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D-tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one. He shocks him with those heavy hands, knocks off that blocker, and knocks down that runner.
Second down throw for Fields. Jump off caught by his back. Small gain down to the 23. Down that time by Mekhi Blackman.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And he's going to be brought down back at the 34-yard line. There's Buckner again. And that's going to make it 4th and 18. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push their lead to 4.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
On the return, here's Doolin. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Taylor. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
TJ Watt there on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
And time runs out before we can get another snap here in this 3rd quarter. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. All right, welcome back. Quarter begins with a 2nd down and 6. Now Richardson to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5. Right up next to that line to gain.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Taylor trying to run for this first. Tackles with what looks to be about 3 yards. That's enough. Fresh set of downs coming their way.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of it.
And that carryover, that's one on the plunge up the gut.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play, At least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Slot man motioned over. Richardson now on second. He's got a man left. He's hit, finally forced out of bounds after a gain of about 27 on the play. And that's going to be good for a Colts first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Richardson. Tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Second down pass. Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Running from the pistol with Benson. A lot of space ahead. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Return starts from the goal line. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Gould on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Richardson back to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. Into the house he goes. It's a pick 6 and a Pittsburgh touchdown. Defense getting in on the far block with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
The kick is blocked and no good.
Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. On the return, here's Doolin. Now bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense to the line. Again, trips right to start out. After the pick, Richardson back to the air. And this one's going to be incomplete. Catch there, but couldn't survive the contact. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you get more interceptions.
And he's able to get him pretty close to that marker. Called out a gain of about 7. That's going to bring up 3rd and short. A give left side to Taylor. There's the stop. Looks to be about 7 yards on that play. And that is a Colts first down. Working quickly here.
A gain of 7. And the Colts first down.
Here's Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. And it just seems, Brock, like this punishment is not going to end until that clock runs out. It has been a lot of plays just like that one that have led them here.
You know what's funny, too, Kate, as you say that? I can still feel the soreness in my neck, in my ribs, in my back after games like this where you just get hit a bunch.
They pick up 14 yards on that one, and it'll be first down Colts.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So first down from the 41. Richardson now. Ooh, they rocked him on that throw, and that's going to take most of the power out of it. Ball doesn't even get back to the line. It is second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing on second, Richardson. This is a heater going deep. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
One score is just, well, it's not going to be enough. I think we can look at the scoreboard and know that. So the pace is going to pick up, and I think you're going to see more and more of those shots deep down the field, Kate.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19.
To throw, Richardson. Connecting on a slant. And he's going to be out of bounds in just in the nick of time if you're a defender. Looks like about a step or two shy of that line to gain. Brings up 4th and a yard.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. Sends this to the end zone. Has a man, and he's got it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dion Burks. Make it 2 now in this game, 8 on the season. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And lead now down to 10.
44. Colts 34. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Returnable from the 2. And that hit is going to freeze him at the spot. He got stuck right at the 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Fields looking to throw. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up second down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete. Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he gets him 5, but still a ways short of that line of gain. So here comes 4th down.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
The Steelers set to punt it. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers nearing their second win in the campaign. On fourth down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. He has it at the 22. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down.
First down 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. Taken in by Downs, left side. Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. And it's going to be first down to Indianapolis.
First down, Indianapolis.
Back to throw, here's Richardson. Trying to push deep downfield. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet.
Complete to Alex Pierce.
And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers. And it's been done less than 50 times in league history. That one splits the uprights. And they trail by 3. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kent on the return. And he gets crushed by a big hit. Oh, man. Right at the 25 to end it. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 19, just...
Now a give, it's Benson headed right. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They're going to pass it here. Vacates quickly left side. Connects on the crosser. And it's going to be a win for the Steelers. He gets him the first, and they can run this clock out.
The Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go, son. All right.
The give now to Benson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Green 19, just that.
It's Benson on the give. And his fight good enough to gain about 4. It's 3rd down. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Staying on the ground with Benson. Forward progress stops. Play winds up going for about 6. That's good for the 1st down. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it can be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Winning their full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. Well, Brock, the fans, all right. Here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not, they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not